Last year's Survivor Series was one of the best pay-per-views that the WWE has put on in a long time. And the weird thing was going into it, nobody expected anything of it because it was Cena versus the Authority. Whoop-de-freaking-do. But what ended up happening was an absolute great pay-per-view, not just the 5-on-5 match, but top to bottom. It was a fantastic card. And now we're here. Next year's Survivor Series, or rather this year's Survivor Series. And we're in kind of the same mentality, shall we say. You look at the card and it's kind of meh, but who knows? Maybe the WWE can pull something out of the ether and make this pay-per-view just as great as last. Probably not, but let's try it anyway. Hello, everybody. My name is Nikki VMLP, and joining me today for this Haymakers cast, we have absolutely nobody. It is only me.
I thought Calcos was going to say it first.
So let's start off with our first semifinal match. Yep, Alberto Del Rio versus...
Nikki, I swear to freaking God, I will fucking pile drive you into the ground.
I'm Calcos, no DJ. This all bass, no trouble.
It's so weird.
This is Toon. He's a dude that does things, and then we have Nick, the douchebag. Okay,
he does things that apparently don't involve talking.
Well, I was going to let Calcos go first, but apparently
But I was gonna let Toon go first.
And then I just said, fuck all y'all. I'm taking over this podcast. Who's the heel now? Fuck us!
All right, so let's save the tournaments for last, because we should. Also, just to note, the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, we know we're going to have one, but because we're recording this on Tuesday, the night of the SmackDown recording, we don't know what the match is going to be yet. Maybe we'll find out in the middle of the cast. Thanks to Bobby being here with us, who the hell knows? But as for right now, forget the match, forget it exists, just like WWE. Just forget it. It's a sideshow. Nobody cares. We're not going to acknowledge it. We're just going to acknowledge the matches that we know for now. So
if you want to find out what our opinions on it, follow all three of us on Twitter. When the match is announced, we will announce who we think is going to win on Twitter. So yeah, I just plugged the shit out of us. Let's do this.
Yeah, and for those wondering, this pay-per-view is probably going to be pretty different had Seth Rollins not got injured. Yeah. Poor dude got injured, had to vacate the title, and we have to have this big old tournament just to mix things up. So a lot of this pay-per-view has changed, and it feels like there's a lot of last-minute things they did.
Dude, so many people that you would have expected to be on this card are not. It's not just Rollins. Orton is hurt. Nikki Bella is hurt. And, of course, Cena's gone. And Alberto Del Rio is there in body, but not in the rest of him. It's
a mess right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're getting inundated with injuries all over the place, and this is why you don't plan long-term with wrestling. You don't do it.
Especially around one person, because if that person goes down, shit is royally fucked.
Oh my God, if Reigns gets injured, the company dies. Either that or they'll have to go to Dean Ambrose. And then oh my God, this is ridiculous.
No, it'll be like some kind of murder mystery thing where Reigns is injured. Oh, okay, what do we do? We do Ambrose. Ambrose gets injured. Oh, what do we do? We do...
Oh, no, even better. Take the murder mystery. It's like they start a storyline. Who keeps injuring all these fuckers? And then it's revealed to be Bray Wyatt, and people will finally take him seriously. For like 3 minutes.
Maybe. Okay, let's start with the Divas match. Change it up, start with them.
Yeah. So, first match of the card is Charlotte defending the Divas Championship against Paige. Now, before we dismiss this, I'm actually pretty hyped for this, but I'm also not exactly comfortable with the way they hyped this up.
Okay, to be fair, let's give the WWE some credit here. They made the Divas, not even a championship match, a contract signing with the Divas, the main event of the Go Home Raw before one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. Maybe, just maybe, the WWE is finally starting to take their women seriously because they were confident enough in them to hand them the keys to the Go Home Raw. That is something to be impressed by. However, we learned something at that contract signing that we kind of knew a little bit, but NXT sort of hid it from us. Charlotte sucks on the mic.
Yeah,
oh my God, she is awful. Like,
see,
and here's the
I'm a little conflicted because of what Paige said at the end before Charlotte attacked her. See, the thing is, for Paige to say what she said, Charlotte and Rick would have had to sign off on that without a doubt. So I have a feeling Charlotte was nervous because she knew it was coming, but she didn't want to hear it.
She looked like she was about to cry, though.
She was crying.
She was. It was. I don't know why they did that. By the way, for those who may not have watched, Paige referenced in a heel way, so you know where this is going, Charlotte's dead brother, who passed away a couple of years ago in the summer of 2013, due to a drug overdose. I can't remember, or it may have been suicide. I don't remember, but he passed in a very tragic way. Paige brought that up, giving her the heelest of heel heat.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you want to make Paige a heel, mission accomplished.
Yeah, they fucking did it. So I don't know.
And at least we have a storyline involving the Divas that isn't centered around jealousy. Okay.
Yes.
At least they're treating these people like human beings. So bravo on that.
I will agree with that. That promo definitely really set the bar as far as heel stuff. It's incredibly controversial, but in wrestling, that's certainly not a bad thing. In fact, controversy is one of the vehicles that keeps wrestling going as far as popularity and viewer numbers go. So doing something like that, as risky as it was, I think it will pay off in the end. But yeah, Charlotte was not smooth on the mic at all, and Paige had to bail her out on one occasion. It was a bit of a mess, but the fact that, as Nikki referenced, they got the go-home show main event slot. Nobody else got that. They didn't main event with Cesaro and Reigns, as a lot of us were predicting. They main evented
They could have.
They could have, but they main evented with this. And that, I think, shows a lot of trust that the WWE has in Charlotte and Paige to put on a great match. So, I'm tentative, but I'm also very excited. So, let's move on to the predictions.
It's got to be Charlotte who wins this match. I mean, it's like Paige really doesn't need the title at this point, and they're really wanting to make these women look good. So I'm betting Charlotte wins. She faces somebody else at TLC, perhaps Naomi, before we get, hey, they got to do something with her. I mean,
you have Sasha Banks.
Save that for the Royal Rumble. That way you can give Charlotte another title win on the road to the Royal Rumble.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go with Nikki on this. Charlotte has... Okay, it wouldn't make sense for Paige to just grab the belt and then have them constantly chase after because she just got the belt. Charlotte, if she wants to be built as a convincing champion, then she needs to get some wins under her belt. And Paige has already won the title, 2-3 times since she debuted? Twice. Okay. She's already won it. She's already won it twice. She doesn't need to have it again. Let Charlotte hold on to it for a while, maybe till WrestleMania or after WrestleMania, around that time.
I'll have to agree there. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Charlotte again. She needs to hold it for just a little bit longer. I don't think they're going to give it to Paige right away unless they want to make Charlotte look like the scrappy underdog, but let's face it, she's not going to measure up to Bayley. It's not going to happen. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with you guys, Charlotte.
But you know what would be good? Okay, now this is just wishful thinking. Mm-hmm. What if we have Charlotte versus Paige again at TLC, but in a ladder match?
You know what? I would be okay with that. Yeah, it's a rematch, but women aren't. They're never in ladder matches because WWE doesn't want them to bust up their poor, precious, dainty faces. Fuck that. Okay, give him the first ladder match in Divas history.
Okay, remember that Naomi thing I said? Fuck that noise. Let's get Charlotte versus Paige with ladders. Let's do this shite.
And it would be pretty brutal too. They're building up.
That.
Yes, I will.
It would make the
feud
nothing memorable.
Less.
Yes, I agree. Next match.
All right, next match is, now this one I was pretty excited for. We have the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane, versus two members of the Wyatt family in a tag team match. God damn it.
I only
They
have
could have
one
done
thing.
this.
I only have one thing to say about this match. Give me about 5 seconds.
Okay.
Man, aren't you glad you live alone?
That is my opinion on this match.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
They had so much potential.
Make this a 2-on-4 handicap match. Put the Dudley Boys with the Brothers of Destruction and make it a 4-on-4 elimination match.
Put Sting and Finn Balor in there and have it be like the ultimate dark side versus the other dark side, although that'll probably never happen. But still, it's wishful fucking thinking and it would have been awesome.
I think Sting is injured.
Yeah, he got hurt by Rollins, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Okay, so it's got to be Bray and Braun, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think that's who he's choosing.
Yeah.
I highly doubt he would choose Rowan or Harper. Maybe Harper, but definitely not
definitely
Rowan.
not Rowan. Anyone but Rowan. But
anyone but you. Anyone but you, Rowan.
Hey, it almost works.
It almost works.
Just turn the M upside down and it's just Rowan.
The fact that this is just a regular tag team match takes away so much of the hype for it.
Oh, this could have been big. Like, it can still be big, quite frankly, if at the end of this match, The Undertaker pledges his allegiance to the Wyatts. That's, like, not Kane. Have Kane off to the side being like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And then at TLC, you can have Undertaker versus Kane, because if Undertaker is retiring... No.
Undertaker's not retiring. They've already said as much.
Well, if this is his last run, like, he's not retiring at this pay-per-view. But
No, he's not retiring at WrestleMania either. They don't plan on it.
Really?
They don't. And keep in mind, this is The Undertaker's 25th anniversary with the company. This is an Undertaker win. This match is for The Undertaker. Just like WrestleMania 31's match with Wyatt was for The Undertaker, this is for The Undertaker. All right, we thought at the beginning that Undertaker's last run purpose was to put over Bray Wyatt and his faction. No, it's the other way around. Wyatt's purpose is to put over Undertaker. This is ludicrous. Why would they do something like that to a 50-year-old man that's 10 years past his prime? Why?
I just can't see that. Like, even if this is The Undertaker's final, or if this isn't The Undertaker's final run, The Undertaker and Kane have looked so dominant in this rivalry. They have literally had no fuck-ups on the way to here. I know that at this point it's very hard to take the Wyatts seriously, but the Wyatts have to win here. The Wyatt family has got to win and beat the fuck out of Undertaker and Kane. And then if they want to make it the big memorable moment, have Undertaker join the Wyatts. That's how you make this big, like, make this a big moment while still putting the Wyatt family over and still making this about the Undertaker. I'm taking the Wyatts.
I'm going to go with Brothers of Destruction on this. I think that now that Taker was able to put over Lesnar, whoop-de-fucking-do, still think it was a stupid idea. But now that, like, Taker and Kane are back together as, like, a unit and taking on the Wyatts and what, could have been something good back, I think, a while ago, it is really cool to see them do this now, and I think it would make more sense for the Undertaker to win because, as Kelko said, it's the 25th anniversary. What point would it be if Taker loses there?
Yeah, this is all about the Undertaker. And look, I understand it. We've mentioned this a million times. WWE has mentioned this a million times. 25th anniversary, 25 years. I would love it if he were to retire now, but that's not going to be the case. It's WrestleMania or nothing that the guy's going to retire. And I'm going to have to go with Undertaker. Not Kane. I'm just going with Undertaker because that's all this revolves around him. I don't have anything else to say. This is a disgrace. I hate it. I have no qualms against Undertaker whatsoever. Don't think that I do, because I don't. The man is a legend and he deserves to be treated with the utmost respect. I just hate the fact that he's still around. I can't stand it. I can't. All right, the feud with Lesnar is over. He should be putting the Wyatts over and then just, you're done. You're out. Pack your bags. You can come back as like a manager or as a part-time kind of thing every so often. Not wrestling again, but just out. But that's not going to happen unless they bring this over to WrestleMania and he retires there, which at this point is doubtful. The guy's never going to retire. He loves doing it so much, but I hate having him around. I want him gone before something bad happens. So I'm going with The Undertaker as much as I hate the fact that I have to.
Oh, I cannot wait to see your reaction when come WrestleMania time they announce Undertaker versus Cena.
Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that because that match has been 5 years coming.
Really, it's been coming ever since like Cena got to the top. You'd think, hey, at some point we're gonna get this big, like icon versus icon match.
The reason why I say 5 years is because Cena and Undertaker were supposed to have a match at WrestleMania 26, but then Shawn Michaels said, I'm retiring and I want to face Undertaker at WrestleMania for my last match. So plans were scrapped. They even went so far as to have Undertaker invade a Cena match and give him a tombstone at the last Raw at Madison Square Garden. That happened. And people forget about it because it never led to a Cena versus Undertaker match. It instead went to Shawn Michaels. It could have. So that's why I'm saying 5 years. I'm glad it's happening now, though. So there's that.
All right. So me and Calcos are Brothers Destruction. Nikki, you're the Wyatts.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like if the Wyatts are ever going to be taken seriously again, which granted they probably aren't going to be, but if they want to make this anything resembling a frightening faction going forward, they have to. They absolutely have to win here.
Well, the fact is that they're in a feud with Undertaker and Kane, something that a lot of superstars haven't been able to like do or really wanted to do. So this is probably a big honor for the Wyatts to be a part of this. I mean, not everybody gets to go up against Undertaker and Kane. I mean, that was the case back in the day, but this is pretty special. And I think what they're trying to do here, they're trying to make it like, from a story perspective, they're trying to make it as interesting as possible, but I think they should be careful with how many twists and turns they throw in. Otherwise, it's going to get ridiculous. Before we get to the tournament matches, I want to just throw in something real quick. Here, my little solution to what they have for if they're going to do a 5-on-5 match and also to help out with the tag team titles. Here's what you do. And this is what they'll probably do since they've announced that there is going to be a 5-on-5 match. What would make sense, I think, is you have the losers of the tournament compete in a 5-on-5 match. You have Cesaro, Kalisto, Ryback, Neville, and Ziggler versus Sheamus, Stardust, Barrett, Miz, and Breeze. There's your 5-on-5 match. I don't care who wins, honestly. It doesn't make any sense. They threw away the whole 5-on-5 thing up until now.
Well, if it doesn't make any sense, how come you said this is what will make sense?
Well, okay, it'll make sense for them to have a 5-on-5 match, but it won't make sense later on because they fucking wasted it. It's a double reverse that doesn't quite lead to anything, but it gets them on the card and they get to do something.
So. Yay.
And then you have the Usos fight New Day, and I don't care about that one either. New Day probably wins.
New Day wins a little. But what were you saying about the result of the 5-on-5 match?
Result of that? Fuck it, I don't care. Faces win.
No, yeah. I mean, you said there was going to be something else that comes from that, didn't you?
Well, like, it gives them a chance to be on the card. I think that's really the important thing. And it also fixes the problem of there being a 5-on-5 match to begin with. That's probably what WWE will go with since, those are some of their top stars. You might as well throw them together. Otherwise, you do something else stupid, which I hope they don't.
Have Ronda Rousey come out.
Nope, she got knocked the fuck out.
She got her face kicked in. It was fun.
I saw that. That was hilarious.
Oh, God. Ronda, you why the hell did you not put your guard up?
So, yeah, let us get to the tournament now. This will probably be the last thing we cover. So, yeah, there's a tournament leading up to this with 2 semifinal matches and a final match. We're going to give our thoughts on the 2 semifinals, and that'll lead into who we think will win the tournament overall in the final match. So, our first tournament match is Roman Reigns versus Alberto Del Rio.
I think this might be the first time that everybody in the world wants Roman Reigns to win. Like, even the smarts want Roman to win because I promise nobody, and I mean nobody, not even the Latino audience, wants Alberto to win because Alberto has been boring and his gimmick is ass.
Oh, God, it was such a mistake to bring Alberto Del Rio back because I don't believe him as a champion at all. I don't believe this whole Mex-American crap. It is pretty shitty what they're doing with him.
It was a nice surprise at Hell in a Cell. I mean, I'll give it
Yeah,
that.
but-
Zeb coming out and announcing Alberto, that was a crazy return. Really, really great return. But good God, what they've done with him is bad.
And it looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. He looks so dead inside. Like, he must have pissed someone off really badly at in AAA and Lucha Underground, because
No,
like,
money. It's money. Alberto
Yeah.
goes where the checks are. And WWE offered him back because the staff member that insulted him got fired. And so he was like, okay, pay me $1 million. Cha-ching, you got it. You're the United States champion now, and you beat Cena clean in 8 minutes. You know, thinking back on it, this is probably the first time I've been disappointed with Cena losing clean.
oh,
Legit.
That's
how
really
how
sad.
subpar this is. This is.
use
So-
your words, Calcos.
Yeah, my words, and I'm sticking by them. It was bad. Roman Reigns, win, please. Just get it over with. Just, I can't. I'm just reverting back to my Mark roots and going, Reigns, just fuck him up now. So
Roman Reigns, the guy with the big ass pecs. Roman Reigns, the guy who has lots of sex. Roman.
That is still the greatest thing ever.
Reigns, the guy who has lots of sex. Roman Reigns, the guy with the wettest hair. Roman Reigns, the guy who just doesn't care.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I think we're all
Thanks for
agreeing
having
with
that
Roman
on
Reigns.
standby. That was not planned, by the way.
no, it wasn't. Thank you.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, all three of us. Let's. There is no way in hell Alberto Del Rio was winning this.
And
It'd
he's
be
probably-
hilarious if they tried to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roman Reigns, please win, end this tournament, and then lose the finals because that will be shocking and fun.
Second semifinal match is Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. Before we get to that, by the way, I find it hilarious that both the Intercontinental Champion and United States Champion are in the finals for this, so neither of them can defend their title at this pay-per-view. That didn't seem like a very smart move.
That's all they
You
have
know what?
left.
They were running out of time and everyone got hurt. So what can you do?
Yeah.
Put
Now this
jobbers
one-
in the tournament, but
Oh,
Have
No,
Heath
no.
Slater in there and have him make it to the finals.
can I just say it shocked the hell out of me when fucking Kalisto beat Ryback. I'm
That
like,
was
are
cool.
you serious?
Oh, by the way, yeah, that was really cool. And the match between Ryback and Kalisto was really good. Like, that was the best Ryback match I've ever seen. They made each other look like $1 million. And then, oh my God, the quarterfinal match that Kalisto is in. Can I talk about that real quick?
yes,
Yeah,
please
sure.
go ahead.
Kalisto's mask fell the fuck off. How the fuck does that happen? Like, I get that Alberto is going for the old heel move where he tries to rip off the luchador's mask, and that's fine. But if you know that's gonna happen, tighten that bitch up. Like, make sure that is going to not fall off in the middle of a match and expose your face. Oh, and the
Oops.
whole match was botch after botch after botch. My God, you'd think Sin Cara was in there instead of Kalisto. That was awful.
Yeah, that isn't making the Lucha Dragons look any better. This one's actually a little harder to call because this is the one we actually should be watching because whatever happens here could really affect things in the final. And you could have Reigns going up against Owens in the classic, face versus heel thing. Or you could have Dean Ambrose win and have it be bro against bro.
Yes, I really
So
hope that's where they're going.
I think it would make more sense for that to be the case, but there's two ways that this could happen. Either A, Owens wins and then Ambrose attacks Reigns and he's just like, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. Or Ambrose wins and we have that match between them. Reigns wins and Ambrose attacks him after.
Or, hear me out. Reigns wins his match and Ambrose wins his match. We get the finals there, and Reigns ends up turning heel anyways, beats the fuck out of Ambrose, becomes the corporate champion, and we get Reigns versus Ambrose all the way till WrestleMania. where Ambrose finally goes over.
Well,
hype.
here's the thing about Ambrose turning heel. They're not going to do that because Ambrose is currently the merch leader. He sells more merch than any other wrestler this side of John Cena. So,
Really?
Yeah. Ambrose fans fucking love buying his merch. He makes a lot of money for the company, which is
That's why he has a new shirt every week.
I don't know why they don't strap the rocket on him. And it would be a really nice surprise to have Ambrose win. But we know that's not going to happen. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose in the final. I'm calling Ambrose on this one. I don't know how he's going to win the match. It'll probably be a decent match, but he'll win. And Roman Reigns will win against Dean Ambrose, get the title, and Dean Ambrose will shake his hand and raise his hand and give him the rub, because that's their plan to get Reigns over with everyone that isn't a Reigns fan. Because everyone that isn't a Reigns fan is an Ambrose fan on some level. That's what they were doing in the summer. As much as Ambrose was on the main event level and had a couple of really compelling matches with Rollins, Reigns was always on the sidelines, soaking up some of the heat that they were generating. And they did that on purpose. Our focus was on Ambrose, but WWE kept putting Reigns in the frame going, you like Ambrose, this guy's cool too. So Ambrose's whole purpose here is to give Reigns some face recognition. That's all this is. They understand how over Ambrose is with these crowds. Casual and smart. They know this. And they want those fans to leak on over to Reigns' side. This entire company is being built around one guy. Ambrose is being built around one guy. Rollins, pre-injury, was being built around one guy. There is no way that Roman Reigns is losing this tournament no matter who he faces against in the finals, Kevin Owens or Dean Ambrose. All right? It's happening. It's been inevitable for 2 fucking years, and it's happening next Sunday. It's happening. Yeah. It is inevitable. It's happening. It's gonna happen, and we might as well get our butts prepared for all of the hurt that they are about to receive.
Not to mention, I read a report that was the plan initially. Rollins, if he hadn't got injured, he was going to drop the belt to Reigns anyway at that pay-per-view. So this whole tournament is just one big excuse to make Roman Reigns look the best that he can possibly be. And going up against Ambrose in the end is probably the best way to do it. I agree with Calcos. Ambrose is their top, like one of their top faces and top merch sellers. So to turn him heel now would probably not be a good idea. So yeah, I think that just coincides with Ambrose wins this, and then in the final match, Reigns wins.
Look on the bright side. At least if Reigns is champion now, he won't be able to beast mode his way through the Royal Rumble again. At least there's that, because he will be the champion, and he will be facing someone else, and will not be in the Rumble. So hallelujah there.
Or they have him drop it very quickly and have him win the Royal Rumble again.
That would be stupid.
This is the WWE we're talking about, okay?
That would be stupid even by their standards, because if you're building him up this hard, why would you give him a 30-day reign as champion? That would be, like,
insulting.
You would build him up so much, and then just, he held the title for one pay-per-view cycle and lost it at fucking TLC, the worst pay-per-view usually of the year.
They would pull some stupid shit like that to, there's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. We're going to have the Authority come out and screw over Reigns and hold him down. And the guy's going to climb up and take the belt. And yeah, I didn't have to pin him. I just took it by a fucking gimmick match. Ha 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 ha.
And then he'd get a rematch at the Royal Rumble.
But here's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. Reigns is going to win the title here. Cesaro's going to win the Royal Rumble. Reigns Cesaro at WrestleMania.
Guys, I hate to be this guy. Can we slow down on Cesaro and at least wait until the WWE is ready to go? Okay, yeah, let's get behind this guy before we start proclaiming him to be the champion by WrestleMania.
Well, no, I'm not going to say that Cesaro's going to win the championship at WrestleMania. I'm saying that is going to be one of the main events.
All I'm saying is slow your roll. Let's wait until, by all means, proclaim, Cesaro's the greatest guy in the world. Cesaro section! #! But, let's just see how the WWE goes about this, because otherwise we're just waiting for disappointment.
Isn't that what we're doing anyway?
Well, do you want to do it more than we already are?
We kind of have to. Roman Reigns is winning the championship in a couple of days.
I don't see this as a bad thing.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's not as bad.
We could have worse things. We could have worse things. We could have Cena come back. Oh wait, I was leaving. Oh well, hey, I'm back. I'm champion now. We could have that. We could have Cena come out of fucking nowhere and like pull whatever the shit. Oh, I'm not injured. I'm fine, and then just take the title.
If
it's
it
WrestleMania 9 all over again.
Look. I would much rather have Cena take the title off of Reigns that quickly. I would be okay with that. Okay, because Cena actually has worth. All right, Cena is worth something. Reigns is not worth a damn. Okay, the fact that his merch isn't a top mover should be enough for WWE to say that there are other people that are worth more to put the belt on. Okay, Cesaro is just a fucking success story waiting to happen. Dean Ambrose is the most logical choice right now, given how much people fucking love him. There are better choices other than Roman Reigns. Would you rather put the championship on a person that some people hate or a person that almost nobody hates? Which is the better decision here? Okay, this makes no sense. None of it. Why would you be putting it on Roman Reigns now? Why would you not be slowing his shit down and have him do something like, oh, I don't know, take the Intercontinental Championship from Kevin Owens? That right there gives him some traction because he is a former singles champion, and that means he has a leg to stand on as far as the right to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. As of right now, all of the statistics about his right to be the champion are just that. They're statistics. They're numbers. That's all it is. There's nothing else.
Well, he was tag team champion.
Yeah, he was tag team champion. That's fantastic. But we know now that he was being carried through everything that he ever did in the year of 2013 and 2014. Reigns as a wrestler has improved a lot. His match against Cesaro at this week's Raw was stunning. It was great. Cesaro did not carry him through that match. Reigns has done a lot to understand how wrestling really works, and he has improved astronomically over the last year. But it's not enough. It's not enough because we all still have that seething hatred of him winning the Royal Rumble last year. We all have that PTSD of him going up against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and being 99% likely that he was going to win against him. We all have those preconceived notions of him that aren't going to go away that easily. It makes no sense to put the title on him now.
It makes sense if they're going to go hard on Ambrose. If they're going to have Ambrose chase the title between now and WrestleMania and have Ambrose try and go up against his former brother and try and get the title from him, then I'm okay with that. This is a story that could be really good. Ambrose, the crazy fringe lunatic, going up against the corporate champion Reigns. If that's the story that they're going for, then you know what? I am hype. Get me on board with this.
If Reigns becomes a heel champion at Survivor Series, then everything I said is a completely moot point because that just makes him and his character more interesting. That much more interesting. But they're not going to do that, and they're not.
If they're not going to do that, then at that point, where do they go? There is no story left because who does a face Reigns fight between now and forever? There's nobody left. They have to have these two guys. These are the two top guys in the company at this point, Reigns and Ambrose. Put those two in a feud, have them fight their way to WrestleMania, scratching and clawing and beating the fuck out of one another, and then finally having Ambrose go over at Mania.
That's not going to happen, and you're going to watch the ratings in 2016 get worse. You think the ratings are bad now? All right, you think they're bad now? People are going to abandon this company. Okay, there are much better alternatives out there that wrestling fans are going to watch, and people that are into WWE that aren't very sure of Roman Reigns or that like him, well, they're going to turn on him rather quickly, within just a few months, if there really is nobody left. And you're right, there is nobody left. This is the first time where I can't think of anything moving forward if this is the result.
You guys seem to forget, though, that Cena will be coming back around December or January.
And then we'll get Reigns Cena?
Yeah, that makes no sense. How does that work? How does that
I don't
work?
know. How does any of this work? How does any of this work now that Rollins is injured and all this shit they're throwing together?
It doesn't. Like, the only logical solution is Reigns turning heel. If that doesn't happen, this company is fucked. Pure and simple. Like, Reigns turns heel or the WWE is going to fall in the dumpster. And like Calco said, people will find better alternatives.
Let's backtrack then. And okay, so if are we all in agreement that Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose will be the final match?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so who do we think is going to win between that?
Reigns.
It's the guy with the biggest pecs.
It's inevitable. We've been waiting for this for 2.5 years. We've been waiting for this since WrestleMania 29. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and we're gonna have to accept it or just stop watching. But considering how much fun we have with this podcast, we're not gonna stop watching. We're trapped. We are trapped here in this cell, and we need to get out. Okay, this is quite literally hell in a cell.
That's a great pun, but you're 1 month late on it. Sorry.
And
Nice
fuck
try.
you too.
Nice try. Keep it up. Top kick.
Okay, I guess we're all pretty much in agreement with Roman Reigns here. Unless by some kind of fucking early Christmas miracle, Ambrose wins. And then Roman Reigns is like, well, I tried, and he goes to like fighting the Intercontinental title. But then who the hell does Ambrose face? Cena?
Yeah.
Well, Ambrose doesn't have to face Cena. I mean, if Reigns takes the IC title from Owens, then Dean Ambrose can fight Owens. All right, Dean Ambrose has his share of heels that he can go against. Reigns does not, because Ambrose isn't perfect. Him fighting is believable. Reigns, nothing is believable because he is a Superman. Okay, remember 2009, 2010? It's like that. Whoever Reigns goes against, it doesn't matter because Reigns will always go on top. With Ambrose, you don't always know. It's similar to Seth Rollins early in his reign. You really didn't know how long he was going to keep it. It wasn't until the tail end where Rollins' booking completely fell apart. If Ambrose wins, they have options. If Reigns wins, they have nothing. They have nothing. They expect us to really root for this guy and like him, despite the signals saying that a lot of us prefer other options. And we're going to have to sit there and take it. Or stop watching. And I don't know what I'm going to do. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Well, we just count the days till when Rollins comes back as a face and sets everything right.
That is going to be the pop of 2016.
We have to also take into account that not only will Cena come back and fix things again, or at least try to fix things again, Rollins will probably come back after WrestleMania. And when he comes back as a face, which guaranteed he will, there's no reason for him to come back as a heel. He'll come back, he'll get the championship back, he'll become a face champion for the rest of the year, carrying onwards. So really, we're in a state of temporary confusion. By the time that Cena comes back, by the time Rollins comes back, things will slowly start to go back to normal. This isn't the end of the world. Reigns gets to be champion, whoop-de-fucking-do. We'll see what happens from there. We'll at least be interested to see where they go from here. But again, it's not the end of the world. It's not like Rollins is never going to come back. It's not like Cena. At least fucking Cena can come back and be like, well, here's my attempt to try and save the day or whatever.
Well, we've got a long 6 months. We have we
had a good 6 months.
Very long 6 months. Wow.
CrossFit Jesus, come back from the dead and save us.
I appreciate your optimism, Toon, but I don't know, man.
Hey, it's this kind of optimism that has kept me watching wrestling since frickin' 2004. Okay.
Well, okay, you lived through the unwatchable era during the Anonymous GM and the Nexus getting dismantled. So you know what? I can understand your incredible testicular fortitude to be able to take this. I understand it, but Nikki and I did not live through that era, so we're not as resilient as you are.
Well, I know for a fact that they've gone through shit eras before, and they've come out on top regardless. They've managed to straighten themselves out no matter what kind of fucked up thing happens. Whether somebody gets injured and then tournament has to happen, whether somebody gets injured and like, oh crap, what do we do? Vacate the title, put a battle royal in, and then we'll just run from there. They've had these situations happen before where someone has got injured, but they did this with Batista, and they managed to kind of fix things for a little bit. But it went back to normal regardless. So that's what I'm thinking.
We had Kali as a champion for a while because of that.
I never said it was good. We got through it. I never said that period was good. I was dreading the days watching SmackDown and Raw. I'm like, oh god, Kali is champion. Well, what else is it going on? Besides, they could have. Hey, you also have to take into effect. They could also have other feuds that may be more interesting than the main event. You never know. And hey, at least at the end of the day, we still have New Day.
We suck at this. We have no rhythm.
No, it's because of Skype delay. Okay, it's because of Skype.
We are all Bo Dallas.
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, at least we have New Day. They're kings of the tag division and will be kings of the tag division for quite some motherfucking time. Anyway,
Oh,
I guess
wait till Cyberfest.
I guess Toon, sign us off. I'm done here.
Yeah. Although things may look bleak for some people, thinking that Roman Reigns being champion is not exactly the best thing, but like I said, things could be worse. We still have some other talent that can keep us entertained. Main event may be shitty, but again, things could be worse.
Hey. Maybe Sting can come back and just go, hey, let's Sting on the Titantron. They did it last year and it worked.
That Sting's champion. That'd be great. Anyway, yeah, sorry for this. Sorry that we don't have more to talk about with like a 5-on-5 match or anything else. But yeah, these are our thoughts for pay-per-view. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope we have a good Survivor Series. Also, if any of y'all are, I don't know if any brony still watches or whatever. If you're going to Ponyville Cider Fest, me and Nikki are going to be there, and we have a special surprise in store. We're not going to say what, but we have a little surprise in store. So,
did you get Roman Reigns to make an appearance?
Yes, that is exactly what's
yeah,
happening.
exactly. We got to interview Roman Reigns.
Ponyville Cider Fest. Get fucking hyped. Roman Reigns, the guy who likes MLP. Roman Reigns. And see.
Yeah, goodbye.